where squalls persist. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm Mark J. Weather, and right now, wow, visibility low, traffic is going slow. This is I-271 at State Route 14 and Broadway Avenue. It's just one example of where you have a heavier squall roaming through. Look at the traffic going slowly here. Folks are driving with caution, as would be expected on this Thanksgiving Day. It's hit and miss as far as the snow goes. Some of you haven't seen much at all. Others are getting walloped right now. 31 degrees. And we've got some snow in downtown Cleveland. A feels like temp of 19 as, what is it, like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon? All right, here's where the weather impacts are. Lake effect snow through Friday. Tonight, I think it intensifies. So we're going to see squalls continuing tonight, gradually tapering off and lessening in coverage and intensity during the day tomorrow. So that's round number one. The bands are shifting inland now. We have low visibility, and you drive into rapidly changing conditions. You'll drive out of a squall, everything will be fine, roadways are wet, and then you drive back into a squall and you get those, the picture that I just showed you. Yeah, you know how that goes. Accumulations are going to vary widely, very widely. But now, we've also extended our weather impact alert days to also include late Saturday afternoon through Saturday night and through at least Sunday morning for another system coming in. This is a regular low pressure center that's going to be moving our way. It looks like by late afternoon, snow will be spreading in from the west. So again, it's a travel weekend. It's a shopping weekend. Folks are going home. Kids are going back to school. I mean, relatives are traveling out. So we want to alert you to, again, late Saturday afternoon, evening, and overnight. It's going to start off as snow, and some of our computer guidance products are suggesting a few inches of snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. Then on Sunday, at least during the morning hours, it'll be snow, could mix with some rain at times, could change back over to rain. So roadways wet, slick, and slow. Here's the current picture now on the radar. Now, squalls have been sketchy today because we've had those high wind gusts. The squalls have had trouble kind of vertically aligning and maintaining their strength and intensity. So we've had these little bursts of snow come through, and then it ebbs a little bit and another burst coming through. But the wind conditions are improving. They're lessening a little bit, and we've got some convergence going on right here with a little trough setting up. So you can see we've got a band of moderate to heavy snow now, northern Lorain County, and it stretches right through Cuyahoga County, through downtown Cleveland, into the eastern suburbs. There's the I-271 corridor, all the way into southern Geauga County. Northern Trumbull has now been included in the winter storm warning because you're going to get a good 4, 5, 6 inches of snow. So let's zoom on in, first of all, to this band. Look at that, Westlake, you're getting pounded with some heavy snow. Greater Cleveland, yep, you got the heavy snow. If you remember yesterday, we chatted about this. We chatted about the squall shifting inland into the greater Cleveland area during the afternoon, into the evening, and into the overnight. So travel around greater Cleveland. Variable conditions. Strongsville, you got a few flurries, but you travel north. That is a band of heavy snow. Cleveland over into Solon, stretching along that Route 422 corridor into Trumbull County, into Bristol, the Route 322 corridor, also snow-covered and slippery. Route 6. You've got, well, let's first of all slide south again. We've still got scattered snow. You could call it lake effect variety snow. Shreve and Worcester is generally small snowflakes. These aren't big, huge flakes. These are kind of small flakes with some grapple in the more intense little cells that move on through, those little tiny snowballs. They're moving on through now. So Canaan, Lawrence, you got Canton with some scattered snow. This is capable of giving you a quick inch to 2. But in this heavier band, you're going to get 1 inch per hour snow, maybe even a little bit greater. So the snow is going to begin to pile up. Southern Geauga County, eastern and southern Cuyahoga County, portions of northern Trumbull, and southern Ashtabula County. Farther north, again, you got these little cells coming on shore. They're not really consistent. You get one little burst of snow, and then the snow slacks off a little bit. And I drove through this, and I can tell you the snow, it's not the big flakes. You've got small flakes, and then you've got grapple, the little snowballs that fall on you. So there's a lot of turbulence in the atmosphere. Let's widen out our view. The winds are shifting around, basically coming out of the north and west now. So again, the squalls are shifting inland into the secondary snow belt as well as the primary snow belt. So you see Cuyahoga, but you also see portions of Summit County, Portage County, Trumbull County being impacted by some of this lake effect snow. This flow is going to continue overnight and through part of the day tomorrow. Again, here's the key. The current winds have let up a little bit. The high wind speeds we had last night and this morning kind of kept that squall interrupted. It wouldn't let it organize. It just kept the turbulence blowing it around a little bit. If a squall wants to get big, it wants to vertically grow in the atmosphere, stay tall. It can dump a lot of snow from that. But you got all that wind out there tilting the cloud tops and just blowing around. So we didn't have consistent squalls. But now the winds are lessening a little bit. You got a trough setting up right here, so you got some pretty good convergence. You got, the air meeting and rising, so we're probably going to see the squalls intensify from here on out through the evening and the overnight, where they persist. Currently, lower 30s. My car thermometer said 35 on its way in. You got wind chills, though, teens and lower 20s. Wind gusts now, again, gusts to 30, 36, 36, 22. We're not seeing those 50-mile-an-hour plus wind gusts. How about those wind gusts yesterday? Pretty intense. Port Clinton to Fairport Harbor. Over the lake, you had winds of 60 miles per hour. You're not going to get a big squall to really set up in that kind of wind. Lorraine, Elyria, 55. Cleveland had a wind gust yesterday of 53. Even Akron, Canton, 49. It's still going to be windy this evening and overnight, but the winds are going to subside quite a bit. Here's your hour by hour, showing the squalls kind of setting up here over Cuyahoga County, northern Summit, into southern Geauga, southern Ashtabula County. Here's 11:30 p.m. tonight. There's the main band. So you can tell where the accumulations are going to generally be through the overnight. And then tomorrow, we still have a squall here, but we begin to really dry it out and shift those squalls around a little bit. It becomes a more scattered pattern as far as snow. Snow not sitting over one area. But then here's the reason for extending the weather impact alert days to Saturday and Sunday. Most of Saturday, you're dry, but by late Saturday afternoon into the evening, we have some snow coming in, punching in from the west. And several of our computer guidance products that we use to help us determine what's coming suggest this is accumulating snow, maybe to the tune of 2, 3, 4 inches of snow. And then here's Sunday, 8:30, time for church, and we're getting snow, some of it moderate to heavy, and we're getting rain. So again, travelers, kids going back to college on Sunday, you got wet roads, you got slippery roads. Snowfall through Saturday morning at 9 a.m. This is really through tomorrow. You notice where the heavier bands are? Right in here. This southern Geauga, northern Portage, southern Cuyahoga, northern Summit into Trumbull County. You get lighter amounts, especially closer to the lake shore there. So you can see where the squall is pointed right now, and that's probably where it's going to stay for much of the overnight. Next 12 hours, we're in the 20s. You've got scattered snow. You've got blustery conditions. Your National Design Mart, hour by hour, we're hovering in the 30s tomorrow. Still gusty winds. Winds could gust above 30 miles per hour. Snow gradually tapering off. Union Home Mortgage 10-day. You ready? Again, you see more red on this map, right? We told you that we're extending the weather impact alert days to include late Saturday afternoon and evening through Saturday night, through at least Sunday morning for impactful to travel snow to start late Saturday into Saturday night. And then Sunday, it's kind of that snow to rain. It's a rain-snow mix, especially during the morning. Could see a little bit of lake effect setting up Sunday afternoon, lake effect snow in the snowbelt. So again, some travel impacts. It's a busy travel weekend. Folks coming back to town, folks leaving town. So please stay connected with us right here at WKYC Plus, also on air, 5, 6, 7, and 11. We'll be here tonight and again all weekend long. Stay safe, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.